It is another day on the driveway today. I believe this is day 15 that we're working on the Cheapie Civic. We're not really doing that much to the car. Just the ATF came in from Amazon because it's cheaper to buy it from Amazon than the dealer. So that came in, and we're gonna do another drain and fill just to get the transmission hopefully shifting a bit more smoothly. It's a bit rough from first to second. And the rear speaker deck was actually ruined by the previous owner, or one of the previous owners. They just cut the wiring here, and as you can see, the wiring just pulls off. So the connections are not really that good. We are going to solve that. We have some harnesses that we're going to put in with bass blockers to make the speaker sound better, and we're going to see what we can do about using the OEM speaker grills and fit that up. Anyway, we're not going to take that much time to work on this car, maybe just an hour or two. Enough talking, let's get to work. So we have our harnesses here. I just got these from the junkyard. They allow you to plug into Honda factory wiring without cutting anything. Unfortunately, the guys who installed these speakers last did cut into the factory wiring, but that's fine. We have these plugs from the junkyard as well. So we're gonna solder these back, put that on, and then tuck away those wires up top. Before we do that, we did get some Amazon packages for the Cheapie Civic specifically. Just some accessories. I don't think these are going to be counted in the total cost of the build, but it is quite necessary to have one of these in the car. So this is a must-have for me, just to charge the car, or just to charge my phone, and also it's mag-safe, so that'll be nice. It mounts to the windshield for a nice clean install. We're not going to add any adhesive to the dashboard and further ruin it. And we also have this trunk organizer, which was 17 bucks from Amazon, and it was the top rated one. As you guys can see in the trunk, there's no wood yet, and there's no carpet installed. I have the carpet inside nice and clean. We're gonna get some wood here to make it an actual working trunk, but we have this trunk organizer as well to help us because there is 0 storage options in the Cheapie Civic. Anyway, we'll put those on later. I'm gonna get these installed first. All right, so we got the trunk wiring buttoned up. We didn't zip tie it down yet because we just found out that this speaker is actually really blown. The bass blocker didn't do anything to save that. So in an attempt for us to save a couple bucks on rear speakers, we're gonna have to spend that money. So the Cheapie Civic is getting slightly more expensive than what I expected. That's fine. We also found while we were working on the trunk that there is still some water here, and we replaced the taillight gaskets with gasket foam material from Michaels. However, it looks like this leak is coming from the venti flap that is underneath there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, there you go. So that's the venti flap, and by the dirt, it looks like the gasket has also failed here. We're gonna need to remove the bumper for that, so we're gonna save that for another day. We're just gonna wipe this up, and then we're gonna wait for a warmer day to remove this, and then make sure that the venti flap has a new gasket installed. Anyway, that's it for the trunk. We're gonna go fill it up with some ATF. The fluid that came out of the transmission was a little more reddish pink than what it was before, so it's good. Hopefully the second fill will make it shift a little smoother, but that's all the work we're gonna do today. We're gonna install that MagSafe mount. That takes a couple minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and keep enjoying this car. It is day 16 of working on the Cheapie Civic, and we are just buttoning up the final things. Doing a little bit of work inside the garage on New Year's Day. We had a bulb out, and then we had some hyper blinking. It turns out that this flash relay is broken. I don't think I have a spare. Might have something laying around, so we're going to try to replace this. Also, we are going to remove the pinstripes using a rubber wheel. Try to remove some of this protective molding that the dealer probably sold the first buyer in 1995. Got ripped off on that. We're also going to fix the rear deck speakers, which are mounted haphazardly, and they're not really mounted, they're just mounted through the felt, and they're also super blown. So we have some replacements from Best Buy that we picked up yesterday. We're going to put those in. We are going to try to glue the carpet down and also figure out how to mount the subwoofer box and generally clean it a little bit more than it already is. We took this to the car wash last week, but it's going to need a lot more cleaning. Hopefully, if we have time, we'll go ahead and shampoo the carpets. But that's it for now. Enough talking. Let's put it on the time lapse and get to work. So in the interest of time, we actually just drilled a hole through this cheap Pioneer speaker that we got from Best Buy. These are $30 for the pair. So I don't really care about these speakers. I just want some sound in the back. Just drilled a hole there. I don't have the OEM EX brackets for the rear deck. And I don't want to fabricate any plastic brackets because that's just going to take a lot of time. We've already spent 2 hours on this to get the OEM grills kind of fitted. So I'm going to do this. It's a Cheapie Civic. We're not going to buy any adapters for it. So I'm going to hook these up, test them first with the wiring that's already existing, fit the speaker grills, and then button everything up. And that should be it. Alright guys, that does it for this episode. It was super short, but that's because we finally reached the point where only finishing touches are needed for this first phase of the Cheapie Civic build. We got the OEM speaker grills mounted with some new Pioneer speakers purchased on sale from Best Buy. We also got a trunk floor cut out with some wood from Home Depot. Most of the pinstriping came off using a rubber eraser wheel, and we drained out the old brown transmission fluid and refilled it with some Honda ATF. The transmission shifts smoothly now, and we finally have a functional trunk and working stereo. In the next video, I'll do a quick walk around of all the work done to the Cheapie Civic in this first phase and go over all the costs and money spent on parts. Stay tuned for that episode dropping soon. After that, the fun begins. As always, thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.